SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, I finally was able to find some resources indicating what the carriers are doing to prepare for the Super Bowl, for the big game. And we already covered some of the Verizon stuff, and that looked really good, and it sounds fantastic. But we'll cover it again, and just as kind of like an overview. But we also know what AT&T's got going on and what T-Mobile has going on. So let's start there. Let's start with T-Mobile. So T-Mobile has completely upgraded the venue. This is the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. 62,000 people, I think, is what the predicted seating arrangement is going to be. Of course, you have staff and you have special security and all these other people and folks that are going to be there kind of providing support for all the different, tasks and things that have to be done and monitored. So all those people will be there. But T-Mobile has announced, made it public, that peak download speeds in the stadium are going to reach 1.2 gigabits per second. Now, to me, that seems like it's pretty good, but 1.2 gigs per second can get used up pretty quick at a venue that has 60,000 people. Now, mind you, not everybody's going to have T-Mobile, but if anybody is live streaming, if anybody is doing any type of broadcasting, anything that's video related, those types of tasks are pretty demanding and capacity sapping. So I'm not sure if 1.2 gigs per second is going to be bulletproof. It might be enough, it might not. I think that's going to be kind of close. Hopefully there are enhancements across the stadium that can pull some of the users off of the main connection. So all indications are there's an indoor distributed antenna system known as an IDAS, and that's going to have 5G UC. I don't know if it's going to have millimeter wave enabled. Hopefully it does. If it's just N41, that makes it a much tougher proposition. Additionally, all macro cell sites in the area, so these would be the neighboring cells that you see on like rooftops and monopoles, they have all been upgraded, and they're expecting to have download speeds of almost 1 gigabit per second. So by having all those upgraded and having those kind of carrying all the traffic outside of the stadium, then you kind of focus on the DAS to do a bulk of the lifting on the inside. T-Mobile also said that 99% of New Orleans has permanent upgrades already, including areas around the venues like the airport, the different hotels, convention centers, Smoothie King Arena, I think that's where the Pelicans play, all those types of things. So T-Mobile says they have it covered. We know about Verizon, crazy, 509 5G ultra-wideband antennas. That's millimeter wave, right? They got those freaking things everywhere. 155 C-band radios covering the stadium. Millimeter wave, C-band, that is the cheat code for capacity. Nobody does it like Verizon. Let's call a spade a spade. And then, of course, they're going to have their vRAN enabled, so they'll be making adjustments and tweaking and, all those cool features that we see with the Samsung radio gear they've been able to do. And then lastly, for AT&T, they too also have DAS systems enabled, upgraded and built. All right, so some of the connections we'll see there, 5G plus, both C-band and DoD. C-band licenses, I think AT&T has 80 megahertz there. And then for the DoD, the 3.45 gigahertz, they've got 40 megahertz. And then, of course, they got all their 4G LTE stuff. Sounds to me like they also have millimeter wave enabled there. 34 millimeter wave antennas. Okay, so that's great because that's going to help keep a bulk of the traffic off of the C-band and the lower frequencies that don't have as much bandwidth. They've got outdoor DAS, they've got indoor DAS, they've put it near tailgating zones, party decks, parking garages, surrounding area venues, the Mardi Gras festivities that are going on outside. They've done it all. So, they got FirstNet, they got first responders, they got major accounts. AT&T can't falter here. I'm sure they're going to have Colts and cows and all those things too, and probably so will T-Mobile. But yeah, my expectation is all these carriers are going to hold up pretty good. It looks like they're ready to go. Nobody's going to outshine Verizon. That's not going to happen. But it's good to see T-Mobile and AT&T doing enough to keep their customers connected on anything they got to do in and around the big game here this Sunday. All right, what do you guys think? Have the carriers done enough? Should they have done more? Or do you think everything is all good? Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard. Like, share, and subscribe for more. We'll see you guys on the next video.